Welcome to New York Buddhist Church. We extend our greetings to all of our Sangha members and friends. We are happy that you are able to join today's service from home. Please listen attentively and respectfully, and let the New York Buddhist Church Hondo come to you as we chant together, as we chant with one voice. We will begin today's service with the Vandana and Tisarana. Following this, we will have the chanting of Juseige with Nembutsu and Ekoku merit transfer. Please join your hands together in Gasho when we chant Nembutsu. You may also wish to offer incense during the chanting of Sutra. After Sutra, we will have the reading of the Golden Chain number 2. Reverend Earl Ikeda will lead the Gobunsho, Matsudai Muchi no Sho, chapter on ignorant beings of the final age, followed by today's Dharma message. To end the service, we will sing Nembutsu together. NAMU, AMIDA BUTSU.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddhan saranam gacchami, Dhamman saranam gacchami, Sanghan saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Kie Butsu. Namo Kie Ho. Namo Kie So. 書天人師人力縁大公不所無才能少女三苦名交際集約難会費知恵言名詞根毛案閉塞諸悪道須達全注文高僧上満足いよろ実本日月主十期天候音符言一種解放像公正功徳法上大集中説法四式供養因細仏具足種特法安寧心上満得意三害用女仏無下地津達未不詳願学営利投資最小損志願薬国家大戦王感動国書天人東鎮妙慶
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rev.
Please join me in reading. Excuse me. Please join me in reading the Golden Chain number 2. I am a link in the Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in the Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. This morning's Gobunsho, or Ofumi, is the Matsudai Muchi no Sho. Please allow me to read the traditional letter first. Matsudai Muchi no Zaike Shiju no Nanyo Tarang Tomogara wa Kokoro hitotsu ni shite Amida Butto fukaku tanomaimairasete Sarani yo no kata e kokoro o furazu Isshin ikko ni Buddha 助けたまいと申さん主上ばたとえ在後は人獣なりとも必ず皆如来は救いましますべしこれすなわち第18の念仏往生の誓願の心なり核のごとく欠如しての上には寝ても覚めても命のあらん限りは称名念仏すべきものなりアナカシコ Chapter on the ignorant beings of the final age. In this final age of extreme uncertainty, all unenlightened men and women who single-mindedly and devotedly rely on Amida's 18th vow, no matter how heavy the weight of their evil karma may be, we are assured of deliverance through Amida Buddha. This is the meaning of the 18th vow, which assures spiritual rebirth through the Nembutsu. Once we are convinced of this firmly, we shall continuously recite Namo Amida Butsu for the rest of our lives. With reverence, I remain. Namo Amida Butsu. Again, I'd like to express my personal thank you for all of you out there for tuning in and joining us. I see Carl sitting over there, so he's the only one there who's handling the equipment here, but also my single-person audience. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Rev.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that in times like this, it's interesting how the human mind works, and still yet, our foolishness, in this case, my foolishness, now that I know I'm being recorded, live streamed, and countless numbers of people are looking at me, for whatever reason, vanity sets in. So I was just saying to Carl just yesterday, hey, Carl, I think I need a haircut, but I can't go out. And he says, well, we have two choices. What's that? Either grow it long or you can shave it. I can give you a buzz cut. Well, I'm not too keen on buzz cuts because when I shaved my head many years ago, it took forever to not only grow, but also get soft again because my hair is very hard. But I was laughing about how vain I can be even in situations like this. But then, that's part of human nature. And I'm very, very grateful that there's a Buddha named AMIDA who understands me and says, gently smiles and says, you're just being yourself. Just come as you are. How grateful I am. But today I wanted to speak a little bit about the golden chain we just read. But before that, I just wanted to reflect on the chant that we did, JÖ-SEI-GE. Some of you who are regular members of our Sunday service have probably heard me say on several occasions that this is my favorite chant. It is short, however, it has deep meaning for me. It is not to say that the other chants or sutras do not have meaning, they do. But for whatever reason, I can connect with the concept of Amida Buddha by reading this chant. And what it literally said, or my favorite passage is, Ishu kai hozo, kose kudoku ho, JÖ-SEI-GE chu seppo shi-shi-ku. In English, it is translated, when I, Bodhisattva Dharmakara, fulfill my vows and become a Buddha, I will open up the storehouse, the Dharma storehouse, so all of its virtues, its treasures, can be shared with all. I promise to always be among you, to expound, to spread the Dharma with the strength of a lion. Very poetic. Yes, however, for me it's very meaningful because perhaps in my life I was looking for something to grasp onto, the concept of NAMU AMIDA BUTSU and why I should take refuge in the Buddha. This story goes back to the year 2000, where I was a minister serving on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. And the bishop had asked me about a month prior if I would like to continue being a full-fledged kaikyoshi, or full-fledged minister, which meant that I would have to go to Japan to study for a period of time, become ordained as a full-fledged minister, and then come back. And I said, well, Sensei, after speaking to my wife at that time and asking her what she felt, she just said to me, do you have a choice? And I thought about it and I said, I like what I do. Maybe this is my calling, maybe this is my path. And so in preparation for going to Japan and studying, I remembered what I did during Tokudo, or ordination preparation, which was to remember the chants by heart and then recite them as a group. As I was reading the chant every morning, I could hear my subconscious say to me, you're stuck on it, aren't you? And as I was still chanting, I could hear his voice very clearly saying to me, you're stuck on it, you. And I would say, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. I said, what? You know. And I said, oh, whether Amida Buddha is real or not? Well, and I said, gee, I really don't know. Then this voice said to me, there is no way that you can understand the concept of NAMU AMIDA BUTSU. There is no way that you can understand whether Buddha is there or not. However, if this is your path, then give it your best, with true heart, with true mind. It's not important to know whether the Buddha exists or not, but it's important that you wake up to your total being and dedicate yourself to what you want to do. So that has been part of my journey. And along the way, I've had many countless numbers of teachers and many situations that have helped me to understand the essence of what Amida Buddha is trying to say. The words, come as you are, means that the Buddha understands who and what we are, each and every one of us, and what we're all going through. This morning we read the Golden Chain of Love, and if you were to reflect upon its words, it says, I am a link in the Buddha's Golden Chain of Love. It's a way of saying that we're all connected somehow. No ends, ifs, or buts. There is no one in this world that can exist on its own. It is only when we recognize the importance of each other that we can go on. We realize that we all have a personal responsibility too, maintaining what is known as the dynamics of life. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. It seems like in human life, we want to be above everyone else. We want to be stronger than anybody else. For that reason, we have such words as competition, being the best. You can't be second. And I often smile at this because even when we have World Series, or for that matter, football games where we determine who the champion is for that year, even if the two top teams were to play, and one would win, of course, The second looked like a failure in our eyes. But we don't recognize the fact that there are the two top teams in the USA. They're all very important. So we need to recognize that we're all players as well, pulling together. And everyone is a winner. There is no such thing as a loser. When our thinking goes beyond our simple thoughts. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. Here, pure and beautiful thoughts, pure and beautiful words, pure and beautiful deeds reflect upon the source or cause of all suffering. Again, referring to what is known as the three poisons. In this reading of the Golden Chain, reminds us that there is no one here who is entirely perfect, that we ourselves need to look inside and reflect upon the situation. What's going on in my life now? What's going on in our community, in the world now? And reflect upon my part in all of this. In other words, or very simply, taking responsibility for the things that I do, I say, or for that matter, think. May every link in the Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. All change begins with me. All change begins with my awakening to universal truths, the universality of all things. And so let us take this opportunity to reflect upon who and what we are and our connection to everyone else. Unfortunately, although we would like to, it's not about me, myself, and I. And take upon the responsibility to connect with all others, knowing that each and every one of us is like a piece of a puzzle. And when we all come together in a feeling of oneness, the puzzle becomes complete. But should even one piece be left out, we don't call it a complete puzzle. And therefore, as we reflect upon what's going outside, let us take the responsibility to do our share into not only trying to help the situation, but also realize the reality. There are countless numbers of people out there who are trying to help us. There are countless numbers of people who are trying to save us. Are we ourselves doing our best to say thank you? Recently, and I think throughout Manhattan, at 7 o'clock in the evening, you can hear people yelling and shouting as if to say thank you to all these countless numbers of unseen heroes. Each and every one of you, each and every one of us are heroes. Let us try to be the best that we can be, reflecting upon the golden chain of love. There is no one who is not important. So reflecting upon this again, not only yourself, but the countless numbers of causes and conditions outside of yourself that make our lives possible. How grateful, the Buddha says, come as you are. NAMU, AMIDA. NAMU AMIDA, NAMU AMIDA, NAMU AMIDA BUTSU, NAMU AMIDA BUTSU, NAMU AMIDA, NAMU AMIDA BUTSU. Namandavs, 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 namandavs. I'd like to also say that I'm now taking questions. If you'd like to have your questions possibly answered, please connect with our website, newyorkbuddhistchurch.org, and there's a section where you can ask questions, and we would appreciate your feedback or your questions as well. And just to warn you, my name is not Buddha, so I will not be able to answer all, but I will certainly try to give some kind of reply from what I understand. Thank you again, everyone, for participating in today's service. Be well.